How can doing something you're really good at lead to burnout? I'm Lisa Mallis. I'm going to share with you something to watch out for. If you're a business owner and you want to make sure that you stay productive, effective, and efficient, and not start to resent your business and start to get grumpy and critical and just that yucky feeling. And I'll use my own life as an example. Zone of genius. Your zone of genius is that intersection between what you're really, really good at, what you love to do, and what moves a business forward. And what can happen is that we will inadvertently start to do things that we're really good at, but that we don't necessarily love to do. And we'll do them because we'll say, oh, it'll only take a couple minutes. It's quicker than teaching someone else how to do them. It doesn't take that much time. And we just slide into them. But really what happens is they start to pull our energy. And when we do enough of those activities, it'll lead us down that path towards burnout. And we start to resent the time that we do them. Here's an example from my own life. My zone of genius is finding the path through chaos. What that means is that I am really, really great at listening to a team share a challenge that they're having, and then figuring out how do I put all the pieces together so that they can easily overcome that challenge. Or listening to a business owner lay out what's happening in the business and how her team is working together on a project and finding where the missing pieces are, or where there's a chance that things are going to fall through the cracks, or identifying where there needs to be a process put in to make things flow more efficiently. Or listening to how something is working, or a whole lot of stuff happening, like talking with 5 or 6 or 7 people and asking a lot of questions and getting a lot of information. So it's kind of like spaghetti. And then being able to identify, okay, here's the master plan. Here's our path through it. Here's how we can cut out a lot of the fluff and get right into what's most effective and what's most efficient. And identifying, okay, yeah, here's where the right workflow would go. Here's the right person to do the right job. Here's where you're missing the right person. Here's where you're missing a process or a piece or whatever. That's what I'm really good at. That's what jazzes me up. I could work on that all day long, not need to take a break. I have more energy at the end of the day than I do at the beginning. That's my zone of genius. What you don't hear there is creating processes, like getting into the nitty-gritty. What you heard me say is, I can tell you need a process there. I can tell you you're missing a piece there. Something's going to fall through the cracks. You have 4 people working on a project, but nowhere do you have person A telling person B. There's no handoff. No one knows the information is coming to them. But you don't hear me say, let me dig in and create that actual A to B to C checklist type process in Asana for you. I'm really good at that. I'm a master of a checklist. My brain thinks in bullet points. I don't love to do it. Yet, I will find myself slipping into that arena fairly often. Unless I deliberately check myself every month. How am I feeling? Am I feeling tired? Am I starting to feel overwhelmed? And if so, take a look back. What have I been doing recently? And almost always, I'll find that if I'm starting to feel tired, overwhelmed, stressed, it's because I have slipped out of my zone of genius and into more of a hands-on, process-driven creation mode versus a consultant. Here's the big picture. Here's what I'm seeing. Let me help you move around the parts role. What does that look like in your life? Where are you working in your zone of genius versus where are you doing things you're really good at but don't love to do? Because when you're in that place of doing things you're good at, don't love to do, it actually pulls your energy. And then you do enough of that, it walks you right down the path of burnout to where you don't love your business anymore. Who wants that? That's not why we created our businesses. If you want some help identifying your zone of genius or identifying other ways where you can actually save time so that you can do more of the things that you love, I invite you to have a conversation. Just go ahead and click on the link below.